Good morning, TTC fam. This is Sandra, TTC 45, and I am coming to you with a bump date. Yes, I am pregnant, and I'm sure you guys already know that. And I am overjoyed and so thankful to the Lord that so far this transfer is working. I was down to my last two M babies, and I was just afraid that if it did not work, that the last one that I have may not work at all neither, because the one that I transferred this time was a 3AA, and it was a 5-day blast, and my what do you call them, the embryologist told me that this embryo was much better than the last one I had, which is a 4AA as well, only that's a 6-day blast instead of a 5-day blast. So today I am 7 weeks and 5 days. In 2 more days I'll be 8 weeks. So that is a milestone for me, especially with what I went through with the last pregnancy that ended in miscarriage. And what's even more blessing is that I have not had any bleeding or any trips to the ER. So that is definitely a milestone, because even with Pebbles, I made a trip to the ER at 6 weeks and 2 days. And with the baby that I lost back in December, I made a trip to the ER at six weeks and 1 day, and unfortunately I lost that baby. So I'm still not out of the woods, because I'm still very early. I can still have bleeds. I'm just really praying over my belly every day, being thankful to God that the baby is developing. Last week I had my first ultrasound where I got to see the heartbeat, and the heartbeat was nice and strong. So I'm on my way now for another scan to see the heartbeat. This time I'm hoping I'll be able to hear it. Last week I wasn't able to hear it, but I was able to see it. So I'm just happy right now. I'm also very fearful. I have a lot of anxiety, which is to be expected when you have had a loss, when you've suffered a loss. You have a high anxiety level, and I just, like I said, I just pray over my belly every day, hoping that this little being grow and breathe a healthy life. That's all I can do. Is out of my hands. It's up to God. This time around, I have been like super careful. What I mean by super careful, I'm not doing anything strenuous. I haven't even picked up my baby, for God's sake. I haven't picked my baby up since before my transfer. And I really feel bad not having picking her up. She doesn't really reach for me to pick her up. Sometimes she get into her little spoiled ways where she want me to pick her up, and then I have to play it off and do something different with her so that she can forget she wanted me to pick her up. But I'm just so terrified of picking her up, because I don't know if that's going to cause any rupture, or it's going to cause me to bleed or anything. I just don't want to go through that stress, because it's very stressful. Prayerfully, when I went through the bleed with Pebbles, she came out, fine. But not all pregnancy ends that way. So I just want to make sure that I do the best I can on my end to prevent it. I don't know if it's even preventable. Maybe it's just something that happens with IVF babies, but I'm definitely blessed that so far I have not had to deal with that. But I am having loads of symptoms. My boobs are so super duper sore. I've been having some nausea, which is unusual, because with Pebbles, I didn't have any nausea till late in the pregnancy. I had really bad sense of smell, and when I smelled something that didn't smell right to me, I would get real nausea. Never any vomiting, but real nausea. So the nausea with this pregnancy started very early, and it's not bad. It's very tolerable. I really only have it when it's been a long time in between meals or early in the morning when I'm brushing my teeth. I can't stand brushing my teeth in the morning because when I brush my teeth in the morning, I get so nauseated. So I try to just brush my teeth after I eat or in the afternoon or in the evening. But some mornings I can't because I might have an appointment with acupuncture or an appointment with the doctor. Like this morning, I have an appointment with the doctor, so I can't wait, at that time to brush my teeth. I have to brush my teeth when I first get up. And yeah, it gets a little bit challenging afterwards, but that's okay because it's still giving me the sign that, I'm still carrying something in my belly. So at this point, I've been given a due date of January the 21st, which is 3 days after Pebbles' birthday. But you guys know, because of my age and, some of the medical conditions that I have, no way the doctor is going to let me go until probably past 37 weeks. So, I haven't gotten the OB yet. You guys know me and my last OB parted ways. However, because of my insurance, I can only deal with one hospital, and that's the downside to having an HMO, is having to deal with certain doctors and certain hospitals. And this hospital have changed things completely around when it comes to choosing an OB for prenatal. They have done things so different. Now there's only one number you can call to get an appointment with an OB for prenatal. Now, if you already have an OB and you're seeing the OB for just a regular women's checkup, you can just call your OB and make an appointment, and that's that. But if you don't have an OB and you need an OB for pregnancy, you have to go through all of these little steps now. First of all, you got to call that one number. It takes them nearly 2-3 days to call you back. When they do call you back, they go down a list of what doctors they have available, and none of the doctors that they got available have any appointments no time soon. All of their appointments is at the end of July, which is kind of far for me because me being high risk. And the only doctor that had an appointment as soon as this week was my old OB, the one I parted with. And she kept trying to get me to make an appointment with him. I'm like, no. I said, we parted ways, and I don't think he'll let me back up in there anyway, even if we did try to make an appointment with him. So there's another doctor in that practice that she said has appointments soon, but before they make these appointments, they have to look at your due date, and they have to determine how many women is delivering during that month, and that's how they determine if they're gonna, what doctor they're gonna put you with. If that doctor have too many women that's delivering that particular month, then they're not gonna put you with them. And so for the month of January, this particular doctor she want me to see has too many deliveries that month. I tried to explain to her that I was high risk and I probably wouldn't deliver that month anyway. I may deliver the end of December, but I don't know. I don't know how the pregnancy is going to go. And she said all she can do was send the doctor an email and see if he'd be willing to take me on. And that has been, what, almost a week now? And I have not heard anything back from them. I'll try to call again. But the process now, from what I heard from a nurse, is that once they do establish you a doctor, they then, I believe, send you for a blood work and ultrasound and all of that stuff, I guess, to determine that you are pregnant, and then they get you into the doctor. It's just so much. I'm like, oh my God, I really hate that I can only deal with just this doggone hospital. It's just too much. So at this point, I don't have a doctor established. I probably only got one more visit with the RE because my insurance does not allow you to stay after the heartbeats unless the doctor have any type of concerns and they can request to keep you longer. I am going to talk to my RE today and let him know that I don't have an established doctor, and see if he can talk to the insurance company and see if they can keep me on a little longer, because at this point I don't have a doctor. Plus, I'd rather go back and forth to the RE anyway, because at least I get to see my little sticky bean weekly until I leave and I know everything is okay. The more time that goes past, the more it starts to help me be a little bit more joyful about my pregnancy. Don't get me wrong, I'm very excited, I'm very grateful to God, but the anxiety because of my loss is way up high. So every week I'm fearful going into the scan because I'm not sure what the outcome is going to be. However, once I leave the scan and I notice that there are some good news, then it helps bring my anxiety level down a little, you know. So it's a process, you know. I'm taking baby steps, but I definitely be glad when I get past this anxiety level and start being able to appreciate my pregnancy and enjoy my pregnancy without having to think about bleeds or losses or anything else. I think part of the reason why is because I'm in so many different groups on pregnancy, from plus size pregnancy to pregnancy with preeclampsia, pregnancy with diabetes, pregnancy of women over 40, pregnancy of women over 45. I'm in so many different groups, and these groups can be very, very comforting when you need them, because when you've gone through fertility treatments and pregnancy related issues and you have questions that you're afraid to ask your doctor or you're afraid to ask your nurse, you can talk to the ladies who've already been through it, and they can answer the question much better than some of these doctors could. Now, they're not professionals, and I don't take they answers to heart, but it gives me some type of idea of what's going on, so it can be very confident. But on the other hand, it can be very nerve-wracking because you're celebrating one of the members' pregnancy, and then all of a sudden they lost that pregnancy. And so it starts to bring back memories of your loss. And that's when, you know, you start to have that feeling of, is this pregnancy going to survive? You know, so it is, like I said, it has its ups and its downs, and my anxiety level is just still up there. And I be honest with my nurses when I go to the clinic. I be letting them know, because they be more excited for me than I am, and I let them know why, you know, I'm not as excited, but I'm very happy and grateful, and it's because my anxiety level, you know, and they understand. So yes, ladies, that's about all I have for this bump date. I would definitely keep you ladies informed with what is going on as each week go by. I'm not sure if next week will be my last visit. I'm hoping that the RE can get the approval to keep me until I can get an OB, but I will definitely be keeping you ladies in the loop. I am getting ready to go on another trip. I know y'all say I can't never sit my butt down, but yes, this was a pre-planned trip for my birthday. My birthday is on July 1st. I will be 49 years old, and I will be leaving on June 30th, headed to Cabo San Lucas, Mexico. So I am so excited about that trip. I don't plan on revealing my pregnancy to anyone besides my close friends and the only close relatives that I trust to tell my pregnancy to at this moment is my cousin, my very favorite cousin. But right now, only close friends, and of course you guys are the only one that know about my pregnancy. The person that's going on this trip with me, we used to be best friends at one point, but things happen in a relationship where I no longer consider her a best friend, but still consider her an associate friend. So she's going on this trip with me, and I'm hoping that I can get through the whole trip without her finding out I'm pregnant, because I don't plan on telling her neither. I know that it's going to be difficult when she notices that some of the things that she wants to do, I'm not going to be able to do. Or, when it comes down to drinking, I'm not going to be able to drink unless I sneak and tell a bartender to give me a non-alcoholic drink. I don't know. I'm coming up with all type of different plans and different excuses I can tell her, so she won't get too suspicious of anything. I went to my daughter's in-laws for Memorial Day, and I was afraid that she would get suspicious because they kept offering me Jello shots and other type of drinks that they had, and I wouldn't take it. And my daughter was wondering why, and I just kept telling her I just wasn't feeling good that day, so I wasn't in the mood for drinking. So hopefully she bought that, but I don't know. So y'all know me, I can hold this out as long as I can. Once it starts to be revealing, then I no longer can have it, but at this point, yeah, I ain't telling nobody. So yeah, ladies, I'll be getting back with you with another update. And I am going to ask that you ladies pray for my sticky bean. Pray that God bless the womb that the bean is in, and that my baby breathes life. Pray for my health and well-being as I get through this pregnancy. I'm doing everything within my power to watch what I eat so that I can keep my blood sugars and blood pressure down. And I am hoping to have a good pregnancy like I did with Pebbles and make it as far as I can with it. So, sticky baby dust to all of you ladies who are TTCing. Prayers to those who have suffered any recent losses, and sending baby dust to the ones that are in this journey. In Jesus' name I pray for all of us. Amen.